Alright, welcome back to your anticipated WWE news from the Shreveport Connection. Okay, partial superstars, spoilers, results from this coming Christmas Eve, December 22nd episode, or 23rd, 23rd episode, December 23rd episode of Superstars, 2 matches, David Hart's defeating Zack Ryder, the Usos defeating Darren Young and Primo. That to me is a stupid tag team because Darren Young was doing a face type of a deal lately. Even Steven Regal was impressed with his upcoming previous matches that he's had with him, and he's ready to go be back on TV, and they're still putting him on Superstars. Okay. Booker T was at the TLC pay-per-view backstage, visiting a few of his buddies who were still with WWE, and also this was verified by Jim Ross on his Twitter, and he was with Sharmell and their infant twins that were backstage. Yes, he stopped wrestling for a little while because he was more concerned with Sharmell during her pregnancy with his kids at the pay-per-view. Wade Barrett was also trending worldwide during the main event of WWE Tables, Ladders, and Chairs on Twitter last night. I was on Twitter and I didn't say not a word from him. Beth Phoenix was also on Twitter last night during the pay-per-view. After the pay-per-view and her match, the risks are, she is quoted by saying, "The risks are high each time you step foot in the ring. But nights like tonight prove to me how much I love my job. I took a nasty fall on my knee. And that's why I've always been called the Phoenix. I just can't stay down long." Okay, Jack Swagger recently got married over the weekend, and I have pictures of his wife, who is a former WWE developmental star, and her name is Catalina White, or formerly Catalina White, and now it's Catalina White Swagger. Okay, the first page, if you can see him. I know it's probably small. As you can see, she's a hot, but she's an adult star. That's why she's not in WWE anymore. That was the first page. There was 5 pictures. I'm not going to show all of them, because the last 4 on the last page really suck bad. And the first picture on this one here, right there where my finger is, if I can keep it still. Probably got a glare right there. Heck, I can't even see it. There's a little bit of glare. They cut her head off in that picture. Alright, well that's... If you want to know the exact link to get the pictures, they are on wrestling-must-see-pics-of-dev-former-wv-diva-catalina-white.html. I just showed you 10 pictures. Alright, inspiration for WWE's NXT rookie name Brodus Clay noted on a recent episode of NXT that he previously worked as a rapper, Snoop Dogg's bodyguard. It appears that Brodus Clay's ring name was inspired by his former colleague, as the rapper's last name is Brodus. If you didn't know, Snoop Dogg's real last name is Brodus. Okay, other backstage news with Billy Kidman, who now has a Twitter account, twitter.com/realkidman. And this was verified by former WWE and current TNA Wrestling Tag Team member of Inc. Shannon Moore, and who also says that Kidman is still working for WWE in a backstage capacity, and that he has the account. Okay, Jim Ross noted on Twitter last night that Jerry Lawler is still dealing with issues from a staph infection in his knee. Lawler, who wrestled in this past Friday night at a WWE developmental show, had surgery on the problem shortly before his main event match against The Miz on Raw a few weeks ago. And WWE has made a change to the scoring system for Season 4 of NXT. From now on, certain rookie challenges will be worth more immunity points than others. These challenges that offer more points will be chosen at random. So guess what? It's a do as you want to do. Okay, it's like this event is 1 point. This event is 2 points. So not much to all that. Even though let y'all know it is rigged. Okay, other news is a former WWE diva Tiffany backtracked her statements on Twitter lately. Okay, Taryn Terrell is her real name, aka Tiffany, noted the following yesterday on Twitter when asked if she would return to her former employer, World Wrestling Entertainment. She said apparently no. If I have to sleep with people in power to keep or continue progressing in my job, I'd rather be poor. Well, she backtracked her remarks on Sunday, saying it wasn't about WWE or anyone in particular, but rather a generalized statement of companies she's worked for previously. I'm deleting a certain text because it's being taken the wrong way, she wrote. It was certainly not talking about anyone or any incident, just that I've worked many jobs in which the casting couch had existed and I refused to ever take part in that. So it was a generalized statement of companies I've worked for, which none of you know what companies they are or were, and it was not about WWE. So I apologize if it was taken out of context and reads differently from what she meant. Meanwhile, former WWE talent Shelly Martinez, also on Twitter, aka WWE former diva Ariel, gave her take on her comments on her initial remark deemed shocking. She says, for the record, I don't think Tiffany's response was shocking. She wrote on Twitter, simply reality. So, that's how some of the divas get their job. Well, that's my views on this week of, and also from internet dirt sheets of what's been going on with wrestling this week and the current situations with what's going on. Okay, and until I get the SmackDown results for tomorrow, as well as the other results from NXT, since SmackDown is live tomorrow night, for those that don't remember, and it's on at 8 p.m. NXT is online still, so it's going to be 3 hours of wrestling online, no matter what you say or do. I don't know how they're going to do it, but then also on USA Network, with Wednesday night is your Tribute to the Troops full show. They will do a replay on Saturday, 1 hour. So they were cutting about 30 minutes from that one. because the original event's like an hour and a half to 2 hours. Alright, thanks for your time, and keep watching, and post comments on your thoughts and what have you on whatever I miss. I can add to it and give you credit for it. Unlike some other people, they copy and not give you credit and say it's their own. It's like I was reading the dirt sheets, I gave people a credit. Like No DQ is some of them, Ringside News is some of them, WWE.com is some of them, and of course Gerwick.net. And thank you for your time again. Peace out. See you next report time, next report channel.